Hello, everybody. I want to talk about the legendary Britney Spears. It's Britney, bitch. I can't look. I can't do it like her. But look, who doesn't love Britney Spears? As a millennial, Britney was everything. She was everywhere. I was totally in my preppy phase. I still like the preppy look, but pop, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys, Britney Spears. I love sometimes I run, sometimes I hide, sometimes I'm scared of you. Of course, we know, oops, I did it again, and hit me, baby, one more time. But she has so many great hits in her catalog, is legendary. And she sent some more shockwaves because she just sold her entire catalog for a $280 million deal. Now, some people are saying that it was a $200 million deal. And look, like most people, we know that her catalog should be worth way more than that. It should. Justin Bieber also sold his catalog not too long ago and got about 200 million. But Britney Spears is before Justin Timberlake, and she had not Justin Timberlake, excuse me, Justin Bieber, and she had a ton of hits that so many people love. And we don't, a lot of Britney, it was a global sensation. She's still an icon. She's still a legend. She solidified herself in music history. But the truth is, look, Britney, everyone loved Britney. Doesn't matter what race you are, all over the globe, all over the country. She was that girl. She was that woman, okay? So she sold her catalog, and a lot of people are actually upset about it and concerned. We know that Britney had the conservatorship, and people said Britney had lost her mind. We see her on Instagram twirling a lot. She's not speaking. And this is not the Britney that anyone grew up seeing. Like, I've heard people say, look, we're mourning somebody that's still alive. Britney ain't even gone yet. People are scared she's going to have a tragic end or something. And this is not the Britney that we knew, what we're seeing right now. So people are questioning, was Britney in her right mind when she gave her catalog away, sold it for 200 to 280 million $80 million. Now that's a lot of money, but you have to understand, for an entertainer, an entertainer, a lot of them are worth more than that. A lot of them. Now, 200 million is wonderful, but when you're talking about generational wealth and everything, you can sustain yourself on 200 million, but a lot of celebrities, their kids will get in entertainment to keep that money going and everything like that. So let's see. Okay, again, it says that she sold her catalog. This was December 30th of 2025 is when this happened. And again, when I think of Britney Spears, what I'm seeing happening with Britney, I'm concerned because I am a fan of Britney. I grew up with Britney, listening to Britney Spears music. I know her impact. She is the pop princess. That can't be taken away from her at all. She's the pop princess. So when I found out that Britney has sold her catalog, I couldn't help for some reason think about Frankie Lyman and just everything that I'm seeing with Britney. I don't want anything, and I'm not trying to speak this into the universe, but I don't want her to have a tragic end like Frankie Lyman. There have been so many artists in the entertainment business who passed away early, passed away broke, didn't read their contracts, got effed over when it came to their money. So I'm hoping that it was a good deal. For her, she was happy with 200 million. She can live with 200 million or 280 million. And I hope that, look, it's not over for her, even though she did say she's never doing music again because I guess she's so traumatized of what happened to her. And I had already said I believe that something sinister had happened to Britney when she did that interview with I believe it was Diane Sawyer, when she says, "Hold it together, Britney," and she broke down crying. And people always said it was Justin Timberlake, but I always felt in my spirit, it's not. It's not. It's something else. Not just the conservatorship with her father. Something happened to her by someone in the industry. That's what I always believe. And I still believe it. And now that she's been mentioned in the Epstein files, allegedly he said that she was cloned or something. And this has been a rumor for a while, people thinking this is not even the Britney Spears that we know. I hear all of those type of things that go on. But yeah, I hope that everything works out for her. And let's get more into her catalog and what's going on with that. But before we do, also Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey said that she almost sold her publishing when she was 18 years old for $5,000. Sometimes, if you don't know what you're doing, you can mess up things. She says that a lot of the songs that she wrote that ended up being some of her top number one songs, she almost gave it away. She says that, I had seen documentaries about the Beatles selling their publishing or having it stolen. I always had written songs, and when I was 18 years old, I was offered $5,000 for all my music, and I was like, no, these are songs that ended up becoming number one songs for her later after I got my deal. Okay, big songs. And Britney Spears, her catalog is legendary. Number one hits, very big songs. That's why I think that she should have gotten more than 200, 250, or 280 million. I think that Britney Spears catalog is probably worth a good 500, 600 million, in my opinion. Okay, so let's see. My little mouse isn't working. Okay, so you might hear a little bit of clicking. Sorry, y'all. Okay, so she says that I sold a piece of me. Britney she was traumatized. Something happened to her besides the things going on with her family that she wants to get out. That's the best way I can say it. She says that I sold a piece of me and the whole damn catalog. Hits like You Drive Me Crazy, Hit Me Baby One More Time, Break the Ice, Circus, Don't Let Me Be the Last to Know. That's one of my favorites. Every Time, Give Me More, Hold It Against Me, I Want to Go, If You Seek Amy, I'm a Slave for You, I'm Not a Girl, Not Yet a Woman, Oops, I Did It Again, Lucky, another one, a favorite. Overprotected, I love the Dark Child remix to that. Piece of Me, Sometimes, Stronger, I love Stronger. I love the message. She looked fabulous in it. Toxic, we know that was a major hit, and Womanizer. So she has a lot of heavyweight hits on here that she gave away, her publishing. And look, let me show you some of the details. But actually, before I do, let's see this video real quick about it.
Britney Spears just sold her entire music catalog in a deal worth reportedly over $200 million. Let's talk about what that deal actually means and what it means for Britney's career moving forward. So Britney Spears sold the ownership rights to her music catalog to Primary Wave, who is a music publisher. And in this deal, that includes many of Britney's hits like Toxic, You Drive Me Crazy, Baby One More Time. Now, the reports are saying that the deal was worth an estimated $200 million, somewhere around the ballpark of what Justin Bieber sold the majority of his catalog for. Now, what exactly does it mean that she sold her catalog? Essentially, Primary Wave now receives all of the royalties from Britney's streams, music purchases, anything coming from radio play, movies, TV, any kind of commercial, any licensing opportunities. And in exchange of Britney receiving those royalties, she receives that big lump sum payment up front. Now, what doesn't change is the fact that the music is still available on streaming services, and Britney, if she ever chooses to perform, can perform these songs again. But the bigger question on my mind is why this deal and why now? Well, for one, it's immediate financial security, so if Britney needed the extra money, that is a quick, easy way to knock it out. And you tend to see more legacy, older artists selling their rights to their catalog because it's an easy upfront payment. Many artists have done this, including Bob Dylan, Stevie Nicks, Bruce Springsteen. Now, as a fan of Britney since pretty much the time I could talk and walk, this is pretty sad news, honestly. Being a Britney Spears fan throughout my lifetime has been one of the most rewarding and most emotionally draining experiences of my music fandom. Being a very upfront supporter of the Free Britney movement from the very beginning, knowing the conservatorship was all bullshit. I'm thrilled for Britney that she has her freedom, that she's able to live her life exactly the way she wants it, but as a fan, it makes me sad that this realization ultimately is leading me to she's probably never going to perform again, and that aligns exactly with what she's been saying. It's just not where her head is at anymore, and I don't blame her for looking back at the industry in a negative light after everything that she's dealt with. So it's an exciting day for Britney, it's a sad day, I guess, for fans, but what are you gonna do?
Okay, so it says that she turned over 100% of the songs she wrote, including demos, physical tapes, and digital files, and all royalties from them. Primary Wave also now has the right to use her name, image, and likeness to market and promote her catalog. It says that she sold everything and no longer receives composition royalties, streaming royalties, physical and digital sales royalties, future revenue tied to the recordings that she sold. That doesn't mean she can't make music right now, new music, and keep all the money. synchronization royalties, movies, series, commercials, catalog administration, and licensing rights. A lot of people are like shaking their head at this, like, oh my gosh, she doesn't own anything. Britney Spears is a big deal. And some people sell their catalog because they're not really popping anymore. No one's really playing their music. But Britney Spears was big, and she has songs that I can still see being played. She's still on the radio, and look, this is what she wanted to do. And she, like she says, she's either leaving music altogether. She says, the hell with that. We don't know if some Illuminati type of stuff, like what we're seeing with Epstein and what people have been saying happened to her, or what's going on besides what happened with her family and everything. She wants to live her life in peace, and 200 million is a lot of money, but her legacy is just so big, so big, that people thought that she would have more than this. I mean, she's up there. Britney Spears is up there. Sorry if I keep repeating myself, okay? I just want to give all the details. It says that the Princess of Pop, Britney Spears, 44, sold her catalog spanning over 27 years to the publisher Primary Wave. Okay, it says that she got 200 million, but others are saying 280 million. Okay, let's see. She's happy with the deal and has been celebrating by spending time with her children, who Sean Preston Federline, 20, and Jaden James Federline, who's 19. Okay, we know she had them with Kevin Federline, and the ballpark is about 200 million. And Justin Bieber, again, did the same thing. And we know things went on with Justin Bieber as well. It says that Justin Bieber sold about 290 songs. The same company that Justin Timberlake sold his catalog to. I didn't know Justin Timberlake sold his catalog too. Okay, this company, the publisher, Primary Wave, they own the catalogs of Prince, Whitney Houston, Notorious B.I.G., Patti LaBelle, Boyz II Men, Luther Vandross, Baby, Teddy Pendergrass, Isaac Hayes, Donny Hathaway, Ray Charles, Sly and the Family Stone, Bob Marley, James Brown, Olivia Newton-John, Stevie Nicks, and many more. I don't know. I can't necessarily blame artists who always do this, especially when they get older and people are not always playing their music, and they're like, look, I'm alive right now and I need my money, and give me my money. Some people feel like, no, you should keep it. I don't know if you can pass some of this down, put it in a family member's name to get the royalties or something. I don't know. You know, they have estates and all that type of stuff. So, I don't know. I don't know, but that's what she wanted to do. So let's get into this about, there are people who think that Britney Spears has been cloned and that this is not even Britney Spears. Britney is not in her right mind. This is happening right when the Epstein files are out and Britney Spears' name came up in it. Then she does these type of things. Okay, it says that the Epstein files claims that Britney Spears was cloned. Fans are saying that her teeth exposes it. Her teeth are not the same. Okay, teeth don't change, this woman said. Noses grow, ears change, teeth do not, unless there's major dental work. Okay, they're comparing old footage of Britney to what they're seeing recently, and they said that the last time she looked real was during her time on the X Factor, but I'm not sure what year that was. So we're gonna look at a video, and you tell me if this looks like the same Britney Spears to you. They're saying completely different teeth. Okay, so they say the last time when she was on the X Factor, they said that her expressions have changed, her energy has changed, her smile has changed. Then there's the original doll, a canceled Britney track that includes the line, "She wants you to know she's been cloned." That's in a song. Okay, the song was never released and no explanation was ever given. Now her name is being dragged in conversations around the Epstein files, and fans believe they're finally seeing what they missed. Okay, so I don't know. They said that Epstein said that she was cloned and he had some cloning genetic sort of program or something that he was into.
And ladies and gentlemen, the Epstein files are now saying that Britney Spears is cloned. We all wondered what happened to the London look. Why does she have that gap in her teeth? It's because it's not Britney. The Britney Spears that we have seen, especially recently, is not Britney Spears. Who would put gaps in their teeth if they had perfect pearl whites? Remember Britney like this. This was Britney. This is Britney Spears. This is not. This is Britney Spears. This is not. This is Britney Spears. So Britney actually recorded a song called Original Doll. And here are some of the lyrics. The chorus says, she's the original, she's unforgettable. She wants you to know, yeah, she's been cloned. It's caught him incredible. She's so unpredictable. Yeah. She wants you to know, yeah, she's been cloned. She's been cloned. She's been cloned. And did this record come out? No, it was canceled for unknown reasons. What? I definitely feel like when Britney Spears was a judge on X Factor USA, it was still her. You can see the teeth there. I always just go by the teeth. The teeth really don't change that much. Whereas like a nose or your ears will grow as you get older. The teeth don't really change unless you get veneers or unless you chip your tooth, right? So I do feel like this still was Britney Spears. But the crash out Britney, I don't know. And now that
Look, she's not lying. That is not Britney Spears' teeth. That's not her teeth. I don't know what's going on and all the twirling on Instagram constantly and her refusal to speak to people and just twirl and everything. Something is going on. Something is definitely going on. And like I said, I think that if this is Britney Spears, we want her to come back. Okay, we want Britney back, damn it. We want Britney back. And no one blames her if she wants to leave the industry, because we have heard so many horror stories when it comes to these child entertainers. As a matter of fact, I just found out something that shocked me, but I shouldn't be shocked because Corey Feldman, I believe it was Corey Feldman, who had spoke about what happened with him and Charlie Sheen and many more in the industry, Rose McGowan, so many. Now, from the Little Rascals, baby, I grew up watching this. Now look what he's saying happened to him.
A week, 2 weeks, I don't really know exactly how long. Two men from that set began sexually abusing me. The abuse went on from movie to movie, from project to project for quite a few years after that. That I was supposed to be protected.
I mean, I couldn't believe it when I saw this. I'm like, oh my God, they got him too, behind the scenes, essaying him. And it just keeps coming. It keeps coming out more and more and more. And there have been a few celebrities who said that the industry is full of them who are targeting the kids. And in some cases, the parents give the kids to them. Oh yeah, you saw that in that movie, The Godfather, that I love, when he went to that director's home and the mother was trying to give her daughter away to the director. And we know that Shirley Temple had came out saying that they kept trying her. And there are many more, many more, and that it has never stopped. It's never stopped. So give me a quick little second. I'm trying to get that picture. So look, this is what Britney wanted. If this is the real Britney, this is what she wanted to do. I mean, just because she sold her publishing to those songs, not every song, but to those songs, she could, if she wanted to, make new music. She still has a huge fan base, and she could still tour. She could still do performances and get the money from that. If she wanted to do a residency in Vegas, I'm sure that she could do that and it would sell out. And if she wanted to do interviews, she could. But she's disgusted. Britney is so disgusted and so heartbroken. She's heartbroken of what happened to her, everything that happened. The betrayal she felt from her family, not being able to eat what she wanted. Britney always had a banging body. She did. But there was one point when she said that her dad was only making her eat canned chicken and canned vegetables. That's all she was allowed to eat. She couldn't even eat what she wanted to eat. And she was forced to perform while they were getting her money. And she can't even eat what she wants to eat. So she wanted her freedom. And now she's not under the conservatorship. She has her freedom, but she did say not too long ago, I will never perform again. And she's heartbroken and disgusted. And for me, I believe something. Now, I could be wrong. I believe something happened within the industry, and y'all know exactly what I'm talking about with what we're seeing right now with Epstein and everything, and so many other stars who have talked about what has happened. And she wants to move on to new things. Who knows? Maybe I think she's done with entertainment, period. But if she weren't, maybe she would want to get into acting or something. Maybe she wants to. With $200 million, there's a lot you can do. You know, she has other hobbies. I'm sure maybe she wants to pour into that, and maybe one day she might even give us more details. She did write her book not too long ago, but she might even give even more details if this is really Britney, because you know people don't believe it's Britney. And you know, 280 million can last a long time, but when people think of entertainers, they think, you know, Michael Jackson, Beyonce, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, Celine Dion. You know, big heck, you got that money. It's gonna last through the generations. Your great grandkids and great grandkids and everybody will be fine and everything like that. But you know, Britney Spears is a legend. No one can take that from Britney. She doesn't have to prove a damn thing. Britney baby was everything. Okay, I remember just getting excited to see her perform at the MTV Music Awards. I remember when she performed and then NSYNC came out and everything. And I remember when she did "Oops, I Did It Again" in her new glistening, shimmering outfit, and how big that was, because that's when she transitioned from, you know, teenage pop to more adult and doing more adult type of music. It was a big deal when she did that, and it's a legendary performance. Okay, and I'm a Slave for You with the Snake at the MTV Music Awards. You know, Britney was that woman. She was that chick, and you know, no one can lie on Britney, and she still is. Michael Jackson had her on his concert, the biggest concert ever that everyone watched all over the TV, with so many musicians that he wanted to join him, and him and Britney had their own moment together because Britney was the moment. Okay, and they're still trying to have a Britney Spears of this generation, and they haven't been able to do it. Everyone says that it's just, you can't replace her, and I don't think they're trying to replace her. Not fully. They want that pop icon to come back. I mean, she had the whole package and she connected to everybody. That's the big thing. Everyone loved Britney. No one, it didn't matter what race you were. We all loved Britney. We were all dancing to Britney. We were all doing our little preppy dances to, you know, Sometimes I Run, Sometimes I Hide. So many songs, and people often talk about Lucky. Lucky is one of my favorites, as well as one of my relatives' favorite songs from her. She looks so beautiful in the video. But if you listen to the lyrics, she says, "Early morning, she wakes up, knock, knock, knock on the door. It's time for makeup, perfect smile is who they're all waiting for. Isn't she lucky, this Hollywood girl?" But she's saying she cries. You don't really know what's going on. I think maybe she was talking to a songwriter or something about what she was going through, possibly back then. They say she's so lucky, she's a star, but she cries in her lonely heart, thinking, if there's nothing missing in my life, then why do these tears come at night? So, I mean, there's a lot. I think there's a lot more we don't know. And they don't always tell everything. But I wish Britney well. She is the pop princess. She is a legend. Okay? If something, look, we don't want nothing to happen to Britney. But if it were, I mean, it would be all over the news. Everybody would be pissed and sad about it to see something like this happen. Just seeing what happened now pisses a lot of people off, because this is Britney Spears. Like, it happened for the fans. It's like, damn, this happened overnight. Like, 1 minute Britney was on top of everything, and then we see her when she shaved her hair off. That's usually a sign of wanting freedom, being angry, depressed, and everything. And then what she was going through with Kevin and the kids, and then the conservatorship, and not always being able to see her kids, having to pay Kevin that money every month, and just her career and everything, and things that happen in the industry to her. And a lot of people didn't expect to see something like this happen. You just didn't. But it's a story that we've seen repeatedly, but we keep thinking that it's going to get better, but we keep seeing it. Like I said, if you look at Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, if you look how they're acting right now, the look in their eyes, that fear and everything going on, and not eating and looking scared to death, baby, you already know. Those who know the things, the videos we watch about what goes on allegedly in the industry and everything like that. So, I wish Britney well. I hope that, she's responsible with that money. We don't want to see a tragic ending like Frankie Lyman and so many more we have seen. We don't want to see this happen to her. Okay, so hopefully everything works out for Britney. That is it for this video. Let me know, what do you think about all of this? If you were Britney Spears, if it were you, would you sell your catalog? Like, if you were in Britney Spears' situation, and I'm not saying she's really, really poor and broke right now, and that's why she did it. I don't know all those details, but if you were her, if you had her career, okay, if you had the hits that she had, and a few years later, almost 20 years later or whatever, I mean, would you sell your catalog? Is 280 million with the hits that she had? Would you be satisfied with 200 to 280 million? What do you think about celebrities who sell their catalogs? I think they do it for different reasons. Sometimes it's not a bad reason at all, a number of them doing that. So sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't, but this is a decision that she made. And what do you think about it? Let us know. Please like, share, and subscribe. Click the bell for all notifications, and I will talk to you all later. Bye, everybody.